Welcome to Clinical Research Industry Insights by Novitellis Clinical Research Expansion Intelligence. I am Sunil Yadav, and in this service, we will discuss the operation reality strategy, challenges, and evolving clinical trends, shaping good clinical development, clinical trial evaluations. One of the biggest reasons clinical trials get delayed globally is patient recruitment failure. And interestingly, most recruitment projections do not fail because teams are inexperienced. They fail because clinical trial recruitment is operationally far more complex than the spreadsheets and the feasibility assumptions we suggest. The main point why the recruitment matters: clinical trial timelines, drug development costs, investors' expectations and the milestone pressures, operation dependency across the sites, CROs, sponsors, and vendors. Patient recruitment is often the engine that drives the entire study timelines. When recruitment slow down, everything downstream gets affected. Why projections often look good initially? That's the biggest question. First thing is optimistic feasibility assumptions, historical enrollment assumptions, sponsor pressure for aggressive timelines, site overcommitment during the feasibility phase, early enthusiasm before operation realities become visible. In many cases, enrollment timelines are committed before operational realities are fully understood. During feasibility discussion, investigator may genuinely feel confident about the recruitment potential. But actually, the site level education realities can look very different after the study activation. What are the main reasons for the recruitment fail? First is the complexity of the clinical trial, competitive clinical trials available at the sites, unrealistic inclusion exclusion criteria, site enthusiasm versus actual capability. Yes, this is one of the most common problem also. Patient travel burden. Patients are coming so far from the site. We before enrolling the patient, we have not think about the real logistic problems in the visits. Investigator bandwidth limitations. Yes, that's also the one of the biggest problem. We want one principal investigator for the particular therapeutic area, and we have selected the right person based on the therapeutic expertise. But have we analyzed whether that particular PI have such type of required populations? No, we don't. We just stick with the therapeutic experience. Startup delays. Our projections for the startup timelines are totally failed. Operation execution gaps. Lack of real patient pool analysis at the site level, at the country level, at the global level, and we fail. Sponsor time pressure. Sometimes site may appear high promising during the feasibility phase, but by the time the site activated, the same site may already be supporting multiple competitive clinical trials and is affect the enrollment. Enrollment projections assume operationally stable that does not exist in the real world. We should accept this reality. And the important reality is patient availability does not automatically translate into the patient enrollment. Of course, Maybe the PI have a high volume of particular indication patients, but he is not able to convert those patients for the patient enrollment in the trial. So we have to think about it. We have to review the strategy applying by the site and work accordingly. I will talk about the India and APAC perspectives. Site variability. Infrastructure differences. Yes, across the APAC region, there are multiple sites have different type of infrastructures. Patient diversity. This is also one of the main reason for the enrollment failure. We have keen to expand ourselves geographically in the different countries, but have we properly do the due diligence for the particular country regarding the patient volume? Generally not, because we just simply go with the feasibility data which generally site provide collected by the CRO or sponsor or any other persons and select the sites. But have we also personally performed the intelligence, expansion intelligence for those particular areas? No, we don't. We are not keen to set up such type of systems as well. Urban versus regional recruitment realities. Yes, this is also the thing. We want fancy sites and we have selected multiple, some main 5-star hospitals in the metro cities. But are they able to provide the recruitment? Yes, they are, but not that particular clinical trial. If we are planning to conduct a trial on the Kala Ajar or Visceral leishmaniasis, the chances of getting more patients in the rural area of India like Bihar or near the Bangladesh, West Bengal side. But if you find those things in Delhi NCR, the percentage will be very less. That's something the reality where we have to think about it. India and APAC offers significant recruitment potential, but operationally education can vary between sites and the regions. That's why localized operational intelligence and realistic education planning become extremely important to run the trial. What actually improve the recruitment? How we can improve the recruitment? That's also the question for us. We can't discuss about the failure only. We have to find the solutions also. If we do the realistic forecasting of the recruitment at the feasibility stage or the site selection phase, yes, we can achieve the goal. Deeper site intelligence means this is very simple. That site can give site has a large populations on the breast cancer, but the real intelligence says how many competitive trials are there in the hospital, PI how many trials are handling, are they have sufficient staff to do the conduct the trials. Those type of site intelligence we have to conduct properly, thoroughly, which generally we fail. PI engagement, how many trials he is managing. Patient centric planning means they have patients, but how the patient flow at the site, are they are able to talk to the patients for the clinical trial, are they are able to convince the patient and the patient is ready to give the consent. Are we discussing those things in the feasibility and the section? On paper, yes, but reality, no. Ongoing oversights. Real-time adjustments. Real-time adjustment means when we see the regulatory hurdles or the startup timelines long, whatever the regions, maybe the regulatory hurdles is something the regulatory has provided a comment that based on the particular exclusion criteria, we have to amend the process, amend the protocol. That's something the regulatory delays, because we have to again start from the protocol amendment. So we have to do the due diligence, intelligence, expansions well in advance and think about all those parameters well also, because each country react differently, work differently, their populations are different. So we have to think about the protocol designing in such a way. Strong recruitment performance usually comes from the continuous operational management, not from the static feasibility assumptions. We can't give those timelines. So the patient recruitment is not only a numbers exercise, it is an operational execution challenge. The future of success clinical trial recruitment will increasingly depend on operational realism, execution intelligence, site level understanding, adaptability, and continuous oversight. Clinical trials are becoming more complex globally, and recruitment success will require far deeper operational understanding than the traditional feasibility models. If you would like more videos on the patient recruitment strategy, feasibility intelligence, sponsor CRO operational dynamics, artificial intelligence in clinical trials, oncology clinical operations, or any global clinical research trends, please comment. If you found this discussion is useful, please like the video, subscribe the channel. Thank you. Sunil Yadav.